Most gardeners think compost is the gold standard for soil health, and while compost is powerful, there's an older method, so old it was banned in the late 1800s, that still outperforms it in speed, fertility, and results. This trick was pushed aside not because it didn't work, but because it was too effective, too simple, and too cheap compared to commercial fertilizers that were just hitting the market. Today, it's resurfacing, and gardeners who rediscover it are reporting astonishing growth that even the best compost piles struggle to match. What is this forgotten soil booster? It's liquid manure tea, sometimes called manure water. Once common in homesteads and farms, it became controversial because of its smell and its disruptive effect on fertilizer sales. But when prepared correctly, this natural tonic delivers a fast, balanced nutrient punch straight to plants, supercharging their growth and resilience. In the 1800s, farmers relied heavily on livestock for more than food and labor. They relied on their waste. Fresh manure was steeped in water, creating a nutrient-rich liquid that could be applied directly to crops. It provided immediate access to nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and countless micronutrients in a form plants could drink almost instantly. Yields were higher, growth was vigorous, and soil health improved over time. So why was it banned in many towns and cities? Not because it failed, but because of odor complaints and the rise of chemical fertilizer companies. These companies lobbied hard for restrictions, promoting their bagged formulas as a cleaner, modern alternative. Yet generations of gardeners quietly kept brewing manure tea behind barns and in backyard gardens, knowing full well that no store-bought fertilizer could match its effectiveness. Compost is incredible for long-term soil building, but it takes months to break down fully. When applied, nutrients are released slowly, often too slowly for crops that are hungry during key growth stages. Manure tea, on the other hand, works almost immediately. Once diluted, its nutrients are in soluble form, flowing straight into plant roots or being absorbed through leaves when used as a foliar spray. This is why vegetables, flowers, and even fruit trees show visible results within days, not weeks. Another hidden advantage is microbial life. While compost teams with beneficial organisms, manure tea activates and spreads them quickly across the root zone, inoculating the soil with helpers that break down organic matter, suppress disease, and unlock nutrients that would otherwise stay locked away. This creates an environment where plants not only survive but thrive. To prepare manure tea safely and effectively, measurements matter. The classic 1800s formula is surprisingly simple. Take 1 part fresh or well-aged manure and mix it with 5 parts clean water. For example, use 2 pounds of manure for every 10 liters of water. Place the mixture in a large bucket, stir well, and cover loosely to allow air exchange. Let it steep for 5 to 7 days, stirring once daily to keep it oxygenated. After steeping, strain the liquid through burlap, an old sack, or fine mesh to remove solids. This prevents clogging if you're using a sprayer. The resulting concentrate must then be diluted before use. Mix 1 part manure tea with 10 parts water. That means if you have 1 liter of concentrate, add 10 liters of water before applying. This dilution is crucial. Used straight, the tea can be too strong and burn roots or leaves. When properly diluted, it delivers a safe, powerful feed that plants respond to almost immediately. Timing is everything in gardening, and manure tea shines during growth stages when plants are hungriest. For vegetables, apply once every 2 weeks during the early growth phase and again just before flowering or fruiting. Leafy greens love it early on, while heavy feeders like tomatoes, squash, and corn benefit throughout the season. As a foliar spray, manure tea provides quick nutrition through leaves, greening them up within days. As a soil drench, it boosts root development and soil microbial life. Many master gardeners alternate between the two methods, applying lightly to leaves 1 week and soaking the soil the next. Unlike chemical fertilizers, which feed plants directly but deplete soil structure, manure tea feeds both the plants and the soil. The living microbes within it continue working long after application, improving soil tilth, aeration, and water-holding capacity. Over time, this means fewer problems with compaction, better resilience in drought, and a self-sustaining fertility cycle that, honestly, compost alone takes much longer to achieve. Gardeners often notice that beds treated regularly with manure tea require less outside input, and, plants become naturally more resistant to pests and diseases. This is because, the healthier the soil web, the more it protects itself, and your plants benefit as a result. One reason manure tea lost favor in the 1800s was misuse. If not properly diluted or if applied too close to harvest, it could raise concerns about pathogens. Today, though, we understand how to make it safe. Always use well-aged manure when possible. Avoid applying directly to edible leaves you'll eat raw, and give at least 2 weeks between the last application and harvest for crops like lettuce or spinach. Following these precautions keeps manure tea safe and effective. Modern compost piles, bagged fertilizers, and soil amendments all have their place. But manure tea stands apart for its speed, simplicity, and raw effectiveness. It's a tool that turns waste into abundance, costs nothing but time, and delivers results you can see within days. No chemical blend, no matter how expensive, can replicate the living complexity of manure tea. This forgotten 19th century soil trick is more than just nostalgia. It's proof that the best gardening secrets have been with us all along, waiting to be rediscovered by those willing to look back while moving forward. If you found this guide valuable, make sure to subscribe to Master Gardener for more proven gardening secrets, and share this with a fellow grower who's ready to take their soil to the next level. Your garden will thank you.